What it do, Kaizoku Crew? It's your boy Kaizoku Ice. We've got a Market Watch Sunday, not a Market Watch Monday video, because there have been some insane sales in the trading card game this past weekend. I absolutely lost my mind when one of my subscribers, his name's Wayne, shout out to you, Wayne, he messaged me. He was like, yo, $100,000 blue bottom case sale. And I was like, there's no way that we had a $100,000 sale in the trading card game. The game's only been out for like 3 years. It doesn't make sense unless it's like a winner card where it's like 101. But you guys can see above me, $100,000. And this might have been a little bit clickbait for you guys, because this actually didn't sell for $100,000. And as y'all can see, it seems like the seller backed out, because it says here the seller has relisted this item. But this is just one of many cases I'm going to go over in the video about how insane the market's been and why you guys, I hope I hope you guys have been listening to me when I told you guys need to buy this card now. I know I'm not a financial advisor, but I really hope you guys listen, because some of the cards that, I've mentioned and other ones in general from like my spreadsheets that I made, they've gone 2-3x with size, right? Like put $1,000 in this card, it's now worth $2,000, $3,000. It is disgusting. So first thing we're going to talk about is this insane sale, $100,000. It actually seems like it sold for, if I go on 130 point, $70,000 was the best offer. So not exactly $100,000, but this is insane, because when you look at the prices for blue bottom boxes, you can see one sold today for $2,400, $3,000 2 days ago, $2,950 on September 17th, right? So a case of One Piece is 12 boxes, right? So if you do 12 times 3, you're getting $36,000. So, you might think, oh wow, like $70,000 is an overpay. However, if it's a sealed case, right, that in itself, those are going to be so hard, if not some of the hardest things to come by right now. So you're paying a premium for a sealed case. $70,000, well, I do think that that's a ton of money. Maybe it's not the most unreasonable thing out there, right? Maybe this actually is a $70,000 item at this point in the game. But that's still insane. But overall, even if this thing didn't sell, because as you can see here, it has been relisted, and you can see it, I think, where is it? I think I have it here. Yeah, the seller has relisted it for $100,000, right? The fact that somebody was potentially willing to pay $70,000 to me is extremely bullish. And I've been preaching this for a while, right? Like, I'm not a financial advisor, but I keep telling you guys, right now we're gonna go parabolic with a lot of these cards, a lot of these items, and it's clear as day. You see this right here in my first Excel that I made for the booster boxes, right? Let me just go back all the way to, well, this is just, I updated this in June, and the blue bottom is going for $1,400, right? In September, 3 months later, right, we're now at $3,000 per blue bottom box. So that's a 2x with size too, right? $1,500 all the way to $3,000. Once again, you can't really get those returns in the stock market. And I'm not telling you guys not to buy stocks or index funds or anything else, but it's clear as day, right? These might be harder to move. You have to go to a show, and you might have to get, 80% of what is actually valued here. But at the same time, you're still making crazy money. And we're just scratching this, this is just a tip of the iceberg, right? Like, I am so excited, if y'all can't tell. The fact that I'm making a video on a Saturday night, man, like I could be out in the club right now, drinking some beers with the boys, but I'm here for the Kaizoku Crew. So before we continue, leave a like, comment, subscribe. The vibes, we're out here 24/7. I'm posting this video today on Sunday. I'll post a video tomorrow on Monday, because guys, the market is so hot, and I need to make sure that the Kaizoku Crew knows exactly what to buy. I actually have a video for Monday that, like, I feel like after seeing all these sales, I have a really great idea and just thesis behind what you guys should really be buying. Like, there's only honestly a couple of cards and characters I should be buying at this point. But, there's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. And this is the rising tide right here. These $70,000 sales, some crazy sales on mangas I'm about to talk about, is going to lift the entire One Piece trading card game up. And it's GG from there, guys. Like, I'm so excited. This has even blown all of my other projections out of the water. So that was the blue bottom, right? let's take a look at, a more special set, right? Let's look at EB01. When I'm talking about special sets, I'm talking about, I guess Romance Dawn Blue Bottoms is a special set, in its own regard, because it's, there's only one wave, or I guess maybe two waves of that, right? But then we have EB01, PRB1, and EB02, right? EB01 is on a rise. It is insane. If you look at some of the recent sales, right? In the past couple days, 373, 380, 377, 380. Nuts, right? And lowest on TCG Player is 385. I mean, it's clear as day, like, these special sets, I was a hater of the set because I'm like, yo, this set doesn't have that much going for it. We're getting reprints in PRB2, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that this is a scarce set, and what sells in this market is scarcity. That is the number one thing. Whether it's the pre-errata cards, I called the Luffy, $700 to $3,000. The Law right now is all sold for like $1,400. The Nami, this right here, if you bought it, right, when did I start my YouTube channel? Like February, right? If you bought it for $231 in February, it's now almost 2x at $385. It shows that these special sets are doing extremely well. And it also will make you think, so this special set, right, there's not that many good cards in it, especially because we're getting reprints, right? The only good card is the Chopper, right? You wouldn't believe how much the Chopper is going for now, guys. That's another whole thing in itself. Let's look at near mint right here. $966 raw. To put it in perspective, guys, let me see if I can find it here. Oh, here. I got my BGS 10 Chopper maybe, I think I made a video on this, I think 3 or 4 months ago. I got this card for, I want to say, like $700 or $800 in the BGS 10, right? The fact that the raw is now going for higher than what I paid for the BGS, and then you can see this BGS 10 Chopper sold yesterday for $2,075. That is an easy 2x on this card, and I'm not here to brag or anything, but I'm really here to just tell the Kaizoku crew that there are so many opportunities, and you guys might feel like, I don't want to buy at the top, which, once again, I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't know what's going to happen the next couple months, although my track record proves that I might actually know what's happening in the next couple months. But I truly believe that there's so much going for the One Piece trading card game right now, and we have the Catalyst coming. We already had a Dodgers and a BVB Luffy promo card made. We are currently in the NFL season. We're about to have the NBA. If there's a new promo card like that, that's an insane amount of liquidity coming in, because all it takes is one diehard, I don't know, Cowboys fan, or one diehard Lakers or Warriors fan of a, Luffy shooting a basketball or throwing a football. They're gonna buy that card, because I don't really care that much for baseball and or football or soccer, right? But I need those cards, right? If they make something like that, man, I don't even know. My head's gonna explode, because the market's gonna get insane. And I'm personally gonna be priced out of a lot of cards that I want. But that's enough for that tangent and that ramble. The fact that this card right here sold for $2,075, nah, man. It shows actually my my thesis before about, I told you guys to actually buy this Chopper. I don't know when, but I told you guys, because EB01 is so expensive, nobody is gonna rip, right? Nobody's gonna rip a, let's find it again. Oh, I already X'd out of it. But the EB01 box I showed you before was $380. Nobody's gonna rip it. No one's gonna rip that. No one's gonna rip a blue bottom box. So what does that mean? Supply shock. If there are no new cards being put into the market because no one wants to rip their boxes, where are the cards going to come from? They're not going to come from anywhere, and that's why if you're holding one of these, hold on to it for dear life, because unless the prices of blue bottoms go down, EB01 goes down, there's probably not going to be that many in circulation, so you need to get your cards while you still can. I made a whole video about this. I'm sure you guys watch it though, because my Kaizoku crew is amazing. Anyways, crazy increase on this card. Next, PRB01. This is a given. This is, there's only one manga rare god pack in the entire trading card game. So, it makes sense that this is a steady increase on the chart right here. Some recent sales, like 472, 479. This is going to be a $500 booster box if it's not already. I can see it going even higher. Lowest listed on TCG Player is 475. And by the way, as a friendly reminder, if you guys are buying on TCG Player eBay, use my affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything. Shameless plug for me because, yeah, it's just fun. Anyways, guys, PRB01 is going insane, and I kind of thought to myself, if the chopper went up so much, what would be the card that goes up the most in PRB01? Because not many people are opening up PRB01. It is the Nami, right? It has to be the Nami. And let me see. I don't think I have... Do I not have a tab open for Nami? Maybe I don't. But I believe the Nami is going for about like $1,000 right now. And it makes me think, you know, at one point, this chopper, when I bought it, it was, you know, $800, right? In the BGS 10, mind you. Why is a Nami, you know, the Nami can easily go to potentially $2,000 in a BGS 10? Because, once again, nobody's going to open up their PRB01. I personally, I still don't own a Nami, but I am trying my hardest to find a BGS 10 for a good price. There's been a lot of people trying to hit me up, and honestly, the prices are a little bit too steep for me, and I also have to be, like, reasonable with some of these prices. But if anybody has a reasonably priced Nami, hit your boy up, because I would appreciate it. But, guys, it's clear as day, EB01, PRB01, they are just going to continue going up because they're going to be so scarce, right? And then the next one I want to talk about actually is EB02, because this one has a lot of potential. Shout out to my guy Amro or Amro, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so if I butchered it, I apologize. He hit me up on Instagram and he was like, dude, you need to talk about EB02 because I think there's a lot of potential for it, right? And if you look at the prices right now, you know, it had a dip, you know, it had a dip because it was, you know, historically a very hard set to rip. The hit rates were horrible. I opened up 2 boxes. I think the best card I got was a Nami alternate art, and I was like, whatever, right? But you guys can see it's slowly going up, and more importantly, right, if you're looking at the history of EB01 and PRB01, they're only going to print 1 wave of this set. So if they really only print 1 wave of EB02 here, this could easily also be a, $380 booster box. Maybe not in the next, 6 months or whatever, but I would think in the next year, if we get confirmation that there's no reprint for this, this could be a $400 booster box. And what also, I guess, I just lost my train of thought, guys, because I'm literally just losing my mind. Anyways, Gear 2 Luffy is what I was going to talk about. I just remember now. Gear 2 Luffy is the chase hit in EB02. Look at the prices for this card. $2,600 in the PSA 10. Keep scrolling down. Okay, I clearly only have 5% remaining. Whoops, okay. I need to wrap this up. Here we go. EB02 prices, right? $2,600, $2,500, $2,400, right? This was in August for $1,550. I wish that was me. I freaking wish that was me, right? We're getting some crazy prices. As you can see, the more recent sales have been going for over $2,000. The fact that, for example, the chopper is sold for $2,000 in the BGS 10 and the booster box costs $380. If the Gear 2 is going for $2,500 and the booster box is $204, let's do the math, guys. Let's do the math. This booster box should be priced a lot higher. And I'm not sure, you know, I feel like it's just because we're getting the perfect storm of people getting introduced to One Piece. Maybe it's because of you guys listening to me. I don't know. But, the market's super hot right now. And the thing I don't want to happen is for you guys to not get the cards that you want. So, man, this is exciting, guys. If you guys can't tell, this is so exciting for, you know, the rest of the year. Also, guys, Amro messaged this to me too. This Nami, this SP Nami from OP09, lowest right now is $450 on TCG Player. If you look at the recent history, it recently just got bought out. All the ones under 400, literally, they're all gone, right? And now there's only everything's now basically almost $500 for this card. Insane. A lot of people are buying the really special cards, the really good looking cards like this Nami, and you know, I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon. There is clearly a market for these cards. Everybody loves them, and I mean, I'm still genuinely shocked that this happened quicker than I thought it would. But you know, as I said, all these catalysts, the live action, etc. I think that once you get to the live action, guys, some of these cards might be even higher, and it's just gonna be crazy, right? So I actually think, is that everything I had? Oh no, okay, guys. This is the one, okay, this is the last card I'm talking about. I could talk about a million more, but to show how crazy the market is, this PSA 10 Soga King the OG Sogeking, not the PRB Sogeking, sold for $1,500. Why did this sell for $1,500? Sogeking is like, once again, he's like, say what you'll say about Sogeking and or Usopp, but like, man, like $1,500 is crazy for this card. I think even the video I made like last week, I said, I think I'll be able to get this Sogeking for a lot cheaper. I'm going to focus on other more expensive manga rare cards I think will go up more over time. But $1,500 for this card literally a week later from my video, that's disgusting. And it just shows, man, people are wanting the most scarce stuff. Even Sogeking, which is arguably one of the worst manga rares in the trading card game, the fact that it's sold for $1,500 just proves to me that, one, the market is so hot right now and you need to get the cards that you really want in your collection before it's too late. But then two, scarcity truly sells. And that's like, if there's one thing that you need to get from this video is that scarcity sells, because $1,500 for Sogeking for one of the weaker mangas, it makes me believe that the Rayleigh, which is in my opinion like the worst manga rare in the game, really could end up being $1,000 manga rare. And it makes sense, right? A lot of y'all tell me that. I think I was a hater for it, right? But then you guys tell me, you know, manga rares are so rare, and I did know that, but I focus more on like the characters I like and the art. But that seems to have been thrown out the window, and you guys are trying to get the cards that are the most scarce. And as you can see, Sogeking, 750 in a PSA 10. That's pretty scarce, right? So, man, the market's hot right now. I hope you guys are excited. Once again, not financial advice at all. You know, I don't want you guys to just go ahead and like top blast all these cards and, you know, try to get as much as you can, and, you know, all of a sudden it goes down, because eventually we probably will get a correction. We can't always go up forever. And once again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't think we're going down anytime soon, especially in the next year. I truly believe that we're going to keep going up until the end of the year. So I'm personally, I'll tell you guys my strategy. I am focusing on getting the cards that I absolutely want and need before it's too late. I got priced out of the Oda signed Luffy. I had the opportunity to buy it for about $2,000. It sold the other day. Actually, let me just pull it up, because this is an insane sale, right? Oda signed Luffy PSA 10. I don't even think I mentioned this actually recently. You can see some of the buy nows, right? 8,000, 9,000, 9,000, 7,900, right? And the reason why is simply because there was a recent sale for this card for... Wait, hold the phone. Wait. Did this really sell for $12,500? No shot. I think this had to be the $7,500 sale, because there was a... Let me just type real quick in 130 point. There was a sale that somebody showed me on Instagram for Oda signed Luffy. I want to say it was $7,500. I didn't realize that one was... Okay, I can't find it, but as y'all can see from that one right here, there was a best offer accepted for this Luffy. I want to say this is a $7,500 sale. But the fact that a couple months ago, I think 5 months ago, Oda signed was $2,000, and now it's selling for $7,000 to $10,000. Man, the market is super duper hot. So, guys, as always, I'm going to make sure that the Kaizoku Crew is up to date with every single thing in the trading card game. So that's going to include market watches. I realized I need to make sure I need to pump out more videos for you guys, because the market's moving way too quickly, even for myself. So I need to make sure that the Kaizoku Crew knows exactly what's going on, so you guys can make better and more informed decisions about buying in your collection. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. I have another video tomorrow, so on Monday, going over what, in my opinion, are the cards you need to buy, and they're all less than $10. I've been talking a lot about more expensive cards recently, but I also know that, like, money's a thing, and not everyone can afford a $1,000 card. I mean, I personally can't do that every single time, right? So I have, like, I think 5 to 10 cards that are all under $10 that I think you guys, like, really need to buy. So make sure you're ready for Monday's video. It's going to be a banger. I'm pretty sure, as I know with my effect, honestly, not to, like, I'm not trying to pump anything artificially, but there are some genuinely good cards under $10 that I could easily foresee going to like $20, $30, $40, $50 potentially in this crazy bull run that we're seeing right now. So turn on your notifications for Monday. It's going to be a banger. Actually, just turn on your notice for this whole week because clearly the market's hot and I'm going to be hotter than the market, putting out banger after banger video. It is my duty as your captain, as Kaizoku Ice, to make sure that you guys are ready. So, hope y'all enjoyed. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Stay cool, stay chill. I'll catch y'all on the next video.